Scattered across this great country are automotive treasures, collector cars owned by top enthusiasts, rare gems of rich pedigree. We invite them all to come to Autogeek's garage and show off their proudest vehicles while we get to ask, what's in Autogeek's garage?
Welcome back to another episode of What's in Autogeek's Garage. Today I have with me a good friend, co-host of Truck U, and the man behind Trucks Gone Wild, Matt Steele.
Mike, great to see you. Thanks for having me. And one of the things I love about coming here is you guys always have such cool toys in the garage, man.
We always have something fun going on here.
We do.
Tell you what, I got a 1934 Chevy. I've also got the owner back here, Ron Hamilton. How you doing, Ron?
Good, Mike. How are you?
Good.
Hey, Ron, Matt Steele.
Matt, my
Thank
pleasure.
you very much for bringing this in. It's beautiful.
Oh, thank
and
you.
I'm looking at this. I'm not trying to be too picky, guys. All right, so Ron, no
Be
offense,
picky,
but
be
Mike,
picky.
you know, it's rubbing off on me, right? Look at this. I mean, we got this beautiful shine right up here, and we go down, and it's a little bit dull down here on the backside, guys. What's going on?
Well, Ron, what happened to the paint here?
Well, when I had the car painted, they had some overruns that came into the lower skirt area. They tried to sand it back out again and then rebuffed it. And ever since then, I can never get that to come back up to the shine.
Okay.
I don't know what to do.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you guys check out the rest of the car? Let me evaluate this, and I'll get back to you.
All right, we're going to give you a little
Great.
time to solve our issue there,
Okay.
right? Hey, Ron, let's come around here, and I want to take a look at 34 Chevy, right?
34 Chevy.
One of the things I love about it, rumble seat right back here. Now, look at this. This is beautiful. Now, let's talk a little bit about the history of the rumble seat, right? Because nowadays, this would never pass. Could you imagine them making a new vehicle these days and saying, on the back side of this, we're going to have a flip-up gate and a seat with no seat belts or anything like that? That would never pass.
Never fly.
I would
Not
love
today.
it, though, personally, because these are fun, right?
That's what they tell me.
Right?
The old gals used to complain about it. Yeah, they used
So
to love
you're
it.
telling me that at the shows every now and then some ladies look at this and kind of giggle a little bit.
Oh, they do, and they blush. And
Yeah, they'd have some
a lot of
rumble
giggles.
seat memories.
Absolutely.
Now, the interior of this, obviously, and we'll take a look at the car in a second, but look at the detail work. 34 right in here. You got the bow tie, the mountains that go all the way through. It's kind of a theme, kind of a Western Native American theme you've got going on, right?
It is.
We saw the start back there, like where Mike is, right there with the Native American going on.
Right.
Now let's take a look up here. We'll leave that open for a while because that looks kind of neat.
Okay.
Might I?
Sure, open
Thank
it.
you, thank you. I appreciate that. We talked about all the detail work on the inside of that seat, and you look at this, it goes all the way into the inside of the cab as well, right?
That's what it does,
Now
all
you
the way
had
around.
this, a buddy of yours did this, or?
A good friend of mine in Jupiter, Florida.
Now, this looks a lot like the Fords, right, that we saw in the ZZ Top music videos years ago, but you're saying this, the Chevy's a little bit different, it's a little bit wider.
The Chevy's got about an extra 6 inches in width across the whole width of the car. The actual cab is a little longer also. So you're a lot more comfortable, you've got more leg room for your left leg.
Right?
It's just a lot more fun to drive.
You're sitting in there, you're a little more squared up as opposed to being all
Absolutely,
crunched up, right?
absolutely.
Come on up, and that brings us up here to the front, and man, you squat down and you look at this, it just looks mean, big long snout on it, perfect headlight placement, it's nice and balanced. If you're back there looking back, the car looks angry, it's great.
It does, it does. This happens to be the Masters model, which
Right.
makes it a little wider and a little fuller in the fenders.
Nice, kind of an upgraded.
It is, yeah.
So you didn't get a bad one, you got a good one.
Oh, I like it.
All right, now let's go check in with Mike and see how he's doing. He's had a little bit of
Yeah.
time now, and he is an expert. Mike, have you got our issue solved or what?
Well, I think this is actually a fairly simple fix.
All right.
What it is they did sand it. The problem is they didn't get their sanding marks out. And you got all these sanding marks. In fact, it's kind of bad technique. They're sanding in straight lines and circles. And whenever you're hand sanding by to remove orange peel, you should always sand in the straight line pattern, not go in circles because it leaves it a scoured mess. And that's why it looks dull.
Oh,
So the first thing I did is I taped off the beading around where this fiberglass panel meets the back where the rumble lid comes down. Also, any rubber in this area, so you don't want to get any compound residue because it kind of stains it white. It's kind of unsightly. So I went ahead and taped that off. The other thing I noticed was your mural back here that says Cheyenne Chevy. That's under the clear. So good job on that because then we don't got to worry about buffing out the mural.
I was worried about messing up the Chief a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
well, you don't want to mess with the Chief. Okay. So the way you want to fix this is go back and do what they should have done in the first place, and that's compound it thoroughly. And at the compounding step, all the sanding marks need to be removed. Now to do that, I'm going to use a wool pad on a rotary buffer. I'm going to use a product from the Menzerna USA product line. Now this is their PG1000. This is a heavy cut compound. And after we remove the sanding marks of that, we're going to have to come back and polish it. For that, I got the Final Finish 3000. Now I've went ahead and poured off some of that compound into a squeeze bottle.
Don't be nervous. You're in good hands.
So I'm going to put some of this Power Gloss 1000 Right down there. Okay, now I've got this spinning. I'm going to do what we call pick up a bead, and I'm going to buff this out. I'm just going to buff out a section to show you what it looks like without the sanding marks. Okay, you want to hand me one of those microfiber towels there? Now watch the magic here. When you're using the right compound, you come back, you pull all that residue off, and where's the sanding marks?
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Okay, now that's just
Sure
the
see a
first
difference.
step. This is what they should have done the first time, is remove the sanding marks completely at the compounding step. And then, of course, you need to go to the foam pad, a less aggressive polish, and if the paint is cured, then you can put a coat of wax on it. We'll be right back. Stick with us. Much better, huh?
That is.
What's in Autogeek's Garage is being brought to you by Meguiar's, Meguiar's car care product since 1901. By Lake Country, pioneering manufacturers of buffing and polishing products sold worldwide. And by Menzerna, the world's finest polishing materials.
What do the following award-winning car designers and builders have in common? Chip Booth, Brian Fuller, Alan Johnson, Justin Padfield, Mark Steele, Steve Stroke, Denny Terzic, Troy Trepanier. They all depend on ARP fasteners. Leading car builders depend on ARP fasteners, and so should you. ARP, the world leader in fastener technology.
The best looking cars on the road deserve only the best when it comes to car care. Pinnacle Natural Brilliance.
Pinnacle Sovereign Paste Wax is all natural. It uses ivory carnauba wax to create a sizzling shine.
Pinnacle literally has a product for every square inch of your car. For more information about the entire line of Pinnacle products and for some valuable tips and techniques, check out pinnaclewax.com or autogeek.net. All original matching numbers,
That's
right?
right, yeah.
That is the way to go. That is a beautiful ride, Dan. Hey, Mike.
Thank you.
Take a look at this. Have you met Dan Justino yet?
Dan, how you doing?
Hey, nice to
Dan
meet
from
you,
Muscle
Mike.
Express. He kind of specializes in these things, and this is his ride right here. Look at this. It's beautiful.
Oh, man, this is one clean Camaro. I love the color. What do you call this?
Granada Gold.
Oh, man, it looks
Yeah.
good with the black vinyl top. Gives it great contrast, all the chrome.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
You know, if you're not into Camaros, you may not appreciate this, right? But the Camaro guys are, and you know, you guys kind of run in a pack, right? That's when the Camaro guy comes up and looks at you. He's like, "Is that your car?" You're like, "Yeah, it is." And you guys are both nodding to each other, doing that Camaro thing.
Yeah.
That's cool, though, man. Beautiful car. Hey, Mike, I don't know what your issue is with it. I know you're going to find something, but for the next couple of minutes, I'd like to just talk to Dan a little bit about some of the things that he's done with it.
Go for it.
Hey, Dan, come around here now. Let's take a look at this. Now, you were telling me one of the things earlier that I thought was interesting. You got this car in boxes.
It was
right?
in a garage and all apart in boxes. Yeah, 24 years ago or so.
So what was the deal? Somebody started a project and just didn't finish it?
Yeah, I don't remember what the deal was.
It was a long time ago. Huh?
It was a long time ago. I just sold one and then got a phone call from a friend that this was available, and my wife wasn't too happy, but I did it anyway.
Sometimes they're not, but given the proper amount of time, they get over it real quick. You know?
Yeah,
maybe not quick.
she's still with me, 25 years.
Congratulations
Thank
on that.
you.
That's cool. You got a classic car. You got a classic marriage.
A
Hey,
classic.
everything is cool
I'm
now.
proud of both of it.
You should be very proud of that. Okay, so top, original, everything. Nothing in the trunk, right?
No.
So this is just a clean, factory, original car. Looking
Right.
good, original condition,
Yeah.
paint, the whole deal.
Yeah.
Mike, I beg to know, what can you find wrong with this thing?
Well,
And
you
don't
know,
offend our friend Dan.
Oh, I'm not going to do that. You know, the paint looks pretty good. What's cool about these old classic Camaros is some of them came with a vinyl top, okay? And if you don't take care of this, it's going to crack, it's going to fade, it's going to dry out, it's going to start lifting up. You've probably seen cars going down the road where it's lifting up in the wind.
Sure.
It looks horrible. What I have over here is some products by RaggTopp. Now, this is a vinyl protectant, okay? And this is it's got one of the strongest UV blockers known to man. Ciba Tinuvin.
Yeah, I'm
okay?
glad you remembered that because don't you think, Dan, they could have given it an easier name to remember?
Yeah.
But Ciba Tinuvin sounds.
I know.
That's right. Well, besides the most powerful UV blocker there is, it also makes this top look amazingly well because it's going to give it a nice, rich, dark sheen. Okay?
That's going to contrast nicely with that paint.
Sure it is, because you know you've done a great job keeping up the car, but if you look at the vinyl, it's kind of dull and lifeless looking. Now look at it.
What a difference.
Oh yeah, this just really brings out the dark black look. It's going to really set the car off.
That does, and the best part about it is, I mean, it's not like you're working overly hard to do it.
Oh, this is easy.
Sprays on,
yeah,
nice and easy, something anybody can do.
Oh yeah, you know, and being here in South Florida, you know, the sun is excruciating. You know, it's always. You drive this to work and park it outside.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's always exposed. So that's even more of a reason to keep this thing protected.
You've done a beautiful job with this thing, though, keeping it like this. I mean, how many cars do you see this old in this good a shape driving around?
Rarely ever.
Factory.
Most guys put these things in a garage and just keep them protected. Now I took and I worked that product in, I come back and wiped off the excess. It's not going to be how oily filled that. It's not all oily and greasy, but you can see definitely where I put it and where I haven't put it. And I bet you're wanting me to finish the rest of this, aren't you?
It'd be nice, yeah.
Well, I usually leave the rest of the car for Matt, you know.
Okay, whoever.
He doesn't care.
Give him 2 rags.
Hey, we're going to be right back, so stay tuned.
I can finish this.
Yeah, hey, here you go.
More than qualified to do this.
Blackfire Car Care products are proudly made in the USA and offer a complete line of interior and exterior products to clean, condition, polish, and protect every inch of your car from top to bottom. Blackfire products are formulated using state-of-the-art polymer technology for ease of use and superior performance. Blackfire compounds, polishes, and waxes are famous for creating that deep, wet shine that everyone loves. Don't just turn heads, create whiplash. Visit autopiacarcare.com. Whether you're an automotive enthusiast, professional detailer, or body shop technician, the secret to the perfect shine is machine polishing with Lake Country pads. The key to a flawless show car finish is matching the right pad to the job, and Lake Country has a pad for every detailing project. Lake Country is the industry leader in product development with over 60 years of hands-on detailing experience. When you're ready to machine polish, buy the best Lake Country pads.
Autogeek.net has everything you need to keep your vehicle looking its very best. Mothers, Meguiar's, 3M, Pinnacle, just to name a few. In fact, Autogeek carries over 60 brands with thousands of unique items. The expert staff can answer any question you have about any product via email, discussion forum, live chat, or by phone. The selection is huge, the prices are low, and they ship it right to your door. It couldn't possibly get any easier. Autogeek.net. We are car care.
Mike Phillips here. I've been buffing out cars all my life and teaching classes on machine polishing paint since 1988. And out of all the polishes I've ever used, I've never found anything that outperforms Menzerna polishes for a true show car finish. Made in Germany since 1888, Menzerna offers a complete line of compounds, medium cut, fine cut, and ultra fine cut polishes to create a high gloss finish just like you see here. Check out MenzernaUSA.com.
It's time now for Off the Shelf. Quick tips on detailing your car with Mike Phillips. And brought to you by Meguiar's Car Care Products.
This week's email comes from Gary in New Jersey. And Gary writes to me, Mike, I'm a full-time college student and I want to start a part-time detailing business on the weekends to earn a little cash. What's the fastest way to wax a car after washing it? Well, Gary, Meguiar says the perfect product for you. It's their new Synthetic Express Spray Wax. And here's the really cool thing about this product. A lot of times after you just get done washing a car, it's still wet. You can use this product on a wet or dry car. Just simply mist it on, spread it around, turn to the dry side of your microfiber towel, and buff it off to a high gloss. And a lot of times when you're doing mobile detailing, you don't have any shade. You can use this product in the sun, and if you get it on any black plastic trim, it won't turn it white. So it's a great product for fast waxing after washing. That's Meguiar's Synthetic Express Spray Wax.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
That sounds good. That is music to my ears.
Oh, I love it.
Hey, welcome back to Autogeek's What's in the Garage. I'm here with my friend Matt Steele. We're checking out this wild, blown 1934 Ford pickup truck.
This is amazing. Big 355 Chevy small block, and they're blown, like you said. You know what I like is some guys, you'll hear them say this every now and then, there's no replacement for displacement except forced induction. That's when the other guy raises up in the back and goes, well, how about that forced induction? Boom, there you go, you got it.
Oh yeah, you know I love the shotgun scoop up here. It just screams wild machine is what it does.
It is polished, it's chromed, it's clean. I say this every now and then, I think you could eat off of any inch of this vehicle if you were so inclined. You could do it.
Spaghetti,
right?
so you'd right off there.
And let's take a look at this. You know, we see this from time to time. I know you guys see it here in the garage when somebody takes a massive engine, they stick it in the engine compartment, and they hide it, right? So nobody can see it. This is the polar opposite, baby. This is saying, all eyes on me. Look what I built. Take a look at this. Come on over and ask me some questions about it.
Yeah, this is someone that kind of wants to show off a little bit. You're right. The motor just overwhelms everything else, but the rest of the truck looks great too.
Oh, it is.
I love the visor up here. This looks great. And look up here, we got the turn signals mounted right here. Nice little touch.
Hey, I was just on the inside too, and I mean, look at it. There has been no attention spared, right? I mean, or no attention to detail spared, rather. You look at the camel interior right here, nice and soft. I mean, that's nice, you know, with the red, with that color, it just looks great, man.
Yeah, it's got the tilt steering column, it's got the low car shifter, you know, a couple creature comforts.
All right, now let's roll on to the back and take a look at this toolbox that they got back here too. The wood frame diamond plate toolbox. How about that?
That is battle worthy, man. It's ready to go.
Yeah, that's something you don't see every day. All right, beautiful truck. Thing is spotlessly clean. Exterior, interior, everything is hot. Where's the problem with it? What are you going to do?
Well, this is actually a client of mine. I do keep this thing all polished up, but you know, there's some things you got to do all the time, like dressing the tires, because that's going to wear off, but also the glass gets smudgy. You know, it's outside, you're at a car show, you get bug splatter when you're driving the street rod events, things like that. So what we're going to do today, to kind of amp up the gloss on the tires to match this beautiful glossy paint, we're going to put some Detailers Pro Series gloss tire gel on here. Then we're going to use some glass cleaner to get those glass perfectly crystal clear again.
And every now and then you get TV hosts to come up and lean on it and put fingerprints all over it too.
I'll take care of those, yeah.
You got to look out for those guys.
I'll tell you what, I'll let you do the tires. This is the Detailers Pro Series gloss tire gel.
All right.
And this is a nice thick, rich gel. It kind of rehydrates the tire. Okay, that's going to keep it looking black. It's a no-sling formula. But the biggest problem with most guys is they put too much on.
Right.
Now this comes in a quart because we try to target this towards detailers that use a lot of product, but this is going to last you a long time, but still it's key. Less is best. Don't put too much on, then you've got to worry about it slinging off.
You can always put more on later, right?
That's right. You can always refreshen it down the road.
All right.
And I'm going to take care of the glass. Now for this, I'm going to use the Detailers Pro Series Crystal Vision Glass Cleaner. Now this works flawlessly, but here's a tip. A lot of times you see smears in the glass. Here's a little technique that pro detailers use. Clean the outside first and go in one direction. And then when you move to the inside, change directions. And that way you can tell which way, where the smears are at. I'm going to turn this to a dry side. And here's another tip. Always use a microfiber towel specifically made for glass cleaning. That'll make cleaning the glass a lot easier. And after you make that initial wipe, just come back and do your final wipe, and you'll find that you have a lot less smears on the glass. How does that look, Matt?
It's looking good. Complements the rest of it nicely. It's amazing a lot of times with glass that people will totally overlook it.
Yep.
And it's something that's relatively easy to clean, and what a difference it makes when it is clean.
Now when I go on the inside here, I'm going to wipe from side to side.
The guy must not have kids. I don't see any little handprints on the windshield or anything.
Or footprints.
Like that. Yeah, you know? All right.
How's the tires looking up here?
Oh, well, I haven't done anything yet.
Get to work. Here's a little tip. You put this on, and I always put a little bit right on the edge here, and that helps you get around the edge of the rim of the tire where it's hard to reach with your tire swipe.
How much you want on this, Mike?
Oh, that's plenty. That's plenty. And then put some right down the middle.
All right.
And take your finger and kind of spread it in there real good.
Yeah.
Yep. Push it in a little bit. That way you don't put a big glob. Now these tires here, if you get down here and look, you'll see they got serrated edges here, and they also got the lettering on there. So a lot of times if you're not careful, you don't want to get too much product residue in those. So that's why you want to
stay towards the middle where it's smooth, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
But that's why it helps to kind of just take your finger and push that into your tire swipe first instead of just putting a big glob on the outside of the tire. And you know, you got a street rod like this, you know, everything's all glossed up. The tire shines, the paint shines, the glass is clear and shiny. The last thing you want to do is show up with a dull looking tire. So this is going to amp up the gloss in the tires, make them look like they're brand new. It gives it a complete finished look.
It's all about matching the whole outfit. It has to coordinate.
That's right. We're going to be right back with another cool ride.
What's in Autogeek's Garage is being brought to you by Flex, the original, by Grit Guard, What's in Your Bucket, and by Pinnacle, Science and Nature in Harmony.
Blackfire Car Care products are proudly made in the USA and offer a complete line of interior and exterior products to clean, condition, polish, and protect every inch of your car from top to bottom. Blackfire products are formulated using state-of-the-art polymer technology for ease of use and superior performance. Blackfire compounds, polishes, and waxes are famous for creating that deep, wet shine that everyone loves. Don't just turn heads, create whiplash. Visit autopiacarcare.com.
For a lot of us, the automobile is the second biggest investment that we make. Now, one of the best ways to protect this investment is with the entire line of Wolfgang Car Care products.
Wolfgang Fusion uses German-engineered super polymers blended with ivory carnauba wax for long-lasting protection with a three-dimensional crystal-like shine.
For more information about the entire line of Wolfgang Car Care products and time-saving tips and techniques, check out wolfgangcarcare.com or autogeek.net.
Amazing results, even in full sun. Now go have fun.
We're back in What's in Autogeek's Garage. I'm here with my good buddy Matt Steele and the owner of this beautiful 1972 Chevrolet Nova, Tad Altman. How you doing, Tad?
Good.
Hey, do you know what Nova stands for?
No, I don't.
Okay, let me run through it for you. It's an acronym. Chevrolet Nova, that's the letter N, Oldsmobile Omega, Pontiac Ventura, and Buick Apollo. That's the acronym Nova.
There's like 8 people that know that.
Not me.
That's
I know it
cool.
now. Thanks for the education.
No, that's cool. Hey, Tad, let's take a look at this car real quick, right? I mean,
Sure.
this is a beautiful ride. You're going to pick it apart.
Yeah, I'm going to pick it apart. You guys check it out. I'll check it out back here.
Hey, so the Nova, which is all the stuff he was talking
Right.
about, right? Now, I think the most interesting thing to me when we were talking about this is the fact that you painted this yourself and you live here in Florida. And it's not necessarily always easy to paint a vehicle yourself in Florida when you're not in a big high-tech paint booth.
It's a little tough.
Right.
Did it actually in a tent in my backyard. And I know that
Even
sounds
tougher.
funny, but it can be done.
Obviously,
here's the
because it came
results.
out good, yeah.
Here's the results.
Hugger orange, right?
Hugger orange.
Looking good, looking good. Anything else crazy about the car? All original, right? That's a
It's
big
all
deal.
original. It has a it's original SS. The VIN number has a K in it for SS for 72. Original motor, 92,000 miles, automatic transmission.
What's the deal?
Full
You just a Nova guy?
No
Always
guy.
like
Had
them?
one in high school.
Really?
You know, I've had them forever.
Now I noticed something. Being from Florida, right? You're from
Yep,
right here.
yep.
Bright orange car. Got the Florida Gator tag right on the back through the little badge.
That is right.
What's the deal with that?
Well, I have a vested interest. My son's going to UF, but you know, it's Florida. It's a Florida school. We got to go somewhere, right?
When does he get the car?
Well, he's got to graduate first.
Yeah, he does. Hey, speaking of school, all right. So Mike's back here, and he's notorious for something. And earlier today, he asked me. He said, "Matt, are you ready to go to school?" And he was all fired up. And I don't really know what he was talking about. So
What are you going to do with that?
This is a polisher, and I'm going to show you how to machine polish. We're in class.
all right, Tad.
Really?
Here,
That's
you,
right.
you sit up in the
Really?
front, Tad.
Yeah.
I'll be back here in the back of the room.
Now, first, I want to show you just how safe these are. Put your hand down right there.
All right.
Okay, now this ain't gonna hurt. How about your hand without the ring? There you
Yeah.
go. Now tell me when this hurts. Did that hurt at all?
No, can you do that on my back?
No, all right. Maybe later. Maybe I'll let
Tad
Matt
has
do
no
that.
feeling in his right hand.
Okay. Well, that's just to show you how safe this is. Plus, we're using a really soft Lake Country polishing pad. Now, I came back here while you guys were checking out the front of the car. I checked out the back of the car, and all the paint looks pretty good. You know what? If you look, what do you see?
Some
Water
swirls.
spots, light swirls and scratches. Light stuff. I mean, the car looks amazing.
Yeah.
But how'd you like to take it to a higher level and really show this thing off?
That'd be great.
How'd you like me to show you how to take all the work out of it?
That's even better.
Okay, I'm going to show you how, and I'm going to show you how to.
It's even better.
I'm going to show you how to machine polish the safe way. Okay, so what we have here is we've got some light swirls, scratches, and a couple of water spots there. So I'm going to take and put a light polish on here, but I'm not going to do this. I'm going to have you do it. So I want you to step right up here to the car.
All right.
Okay. And the first thing I'm going to show you is the most important thing, and that's to put the cord over your shoulder. So you're not sitting here dragging up down some paint. So walk
Right.
up here.
All right.
Cord over your shoulder.
Cord over
I want
the
you to
shoulder.
put one hand here with your thumb on the switch, the other
right.
hand right on the top of that, okay?
Like
now,
that?
now, don't make the next biggest mistake most people make, and that's to turn it on while the pad's in the air. So put it right down on the paint.
All right.
Okay, now I'm going to guide your hand, then I'm going to let you go on your own. I want you to turn it on, I'm going to show you the pattern I want you to make, and then I'm going to let you make a few sections, and we'll inspect the paint. You ready?
Are you?
Yep, I'm ready.
right.
Okay, first we want to spread the product out.
All right.
You only want to work about a 16 by 16 inch square area.
All right.
Now we got to spread it out. I want you to slow down, real slow. There you go. Now drop down about 50%. Keep that pad spinning. Drop down. One more pass. Now we're going to change directions. We're going to go front to back. Okay.
All right.
He's buffing like a pro.
He is. Well, he had a little help.
Little help.
Yeah.
Now I want you to stop
Totally
right
decent
here.
teacher. All right.
Make one more pass. Come back.
All right.
Now turn it off before you lift it off. There you go. How easy was that?
It's fairly easy.
That was real easy. Okay, now let's check out the results.
You know, Mike, this school thing wasn't too bad today.
Yeah, you know, it's better than all the school I went to, you know. Had the ruler on the knuckles and all that stuff. You probably had that too, didn't you?
19 years of high school.
Nice.
Okay, check this out. Where are the swirls?
They're gone.
They're
Beautiful.
gone. And to
beautiful.
save you all that elbow grease too. The key thing is just using the right
Yep.
pads. I got a nice selection of Lake Country pads. That was a polishing pad. You could tell it was so soft it's not going to do any damage. It's not going to swirl the paint. It's not going to burn the paint. Completely safe.
That's great.
Hey, that's it for this episode. I'll see you next week. We're going to have some more really nice cars in here to work on and another celebrity guest. So check it out. Okay, Matt, it's your turn to do the rest of the car.
Oh,
Hand that polisher to him.
All products featured on today's program are available from Autogeek.net.